Hello students, I am Professor Prakash Naik, HOD of BCA Department, Anjuman Management and Computer Application Vertical. In today's session, we shall discuss about files input-output operation. In our previous video, we had learned the introduction to files. We had learned how to create a file pointer. We had learned how to create a new file. We had learned how to open a file. We also learned how to close a file. Today's class, we shall learn how to store the input data into the file name or how to retrieve the data from the file name. So before I proceed the session, so I request you to please go through the entire video till the end. Like, share, subscribe my video so that it will motivate me to create more videos. Coming to files input output operation. The files input output operations is classified into character input output operation, numeric input output operation, string input output operation, and block input output operation. But due to short of time, we will be covering only the first two, that is character input output operation and numeric input output operation. So remaining part we shall see in the next video. Now coming to character input output operation. What is this character input output operation? These are operations which are used to read or write a single character into a file. It reads or writes a single character at a time to or from a file and moves the file pointer position to the next address or the next location to read or write the next character. Now to do this, we need certain functions which are called as input output functions. The function that we are going to use is fputC and second function is fgetC. So let me come to fputC. File put character, it's called as, it is a file handling function in C which is used to write a character into the file. It is used to write a single character at a time to a file and move the file pointer position to the next address so that we can write the next character. Syntax: fputC within parenthesis int char comma file star string. You can see the example on the computer screen. fputC n comma fp, where n is the character that is to be written to the file and fp is the file pointer position to which the file name is assigned. Okay, now let us see an example. File star fptr. So file is a data type. A data type to which we can assign a file name or manipulate a file name. Star fptr. Actually fptr is a variable. Since star is being given, it is a pointer variable. Of the type, what is the type name? Type name is file. This means in fptr we can assign the file name and store data into the file name, which can be accessed by fptr. Second instruction, fptr is equal to fopen personal.dat, w. This means I am creating a new file name by the name personal.dat and assigning it to fptr like this. So a space has been created to which I can add data to it. File name is personal.dat. It will be assigned to the pointer called as fptr. So now we need to store data into this file. How to store data is like this. fputC within parenthesis a comma fptr. That means the letter A is written to the file name that is associated with FPTR. And what are the associated with FPTR? Personal.dat. So the letter A is being written to personal.dat. Okay. Now you can see one more instruction now. You could see I comma FPTR. So at the end of the previous file, one more letter has been added. That means the previous letter was A. After A, what has been added? I has been added to the file name personal.dat. See on the screen, right hand side, AI is shown, and the marker shows that end of file marker. So next, we can see put C M comma FPTR. So after I, M has been added. Put C comma FPTR. After AIM, C has been added. Put A comma FPTR. After AIM, C, A has been added. So on the screen, you can see in the personal.dat file name, a word AIMC is been added. Like this, you can add any number of words, any number of characters, or any number of sentences can be added. Right? So where it ends, there one marker will be shown, which is called as end of file marker. About this we'll learn a bit later. The last instruction is close. Close. What will do? The file name personal.dat will be closed. This was about put C. Okay. Now moving further, we shall come to the next input-output function, that is fgetC. It is used to read a character from an existing file. So while reading, it may be successful or it may not be successful. If it is successful, it will return a character to which the file pointer is pointing to. If not, it will return end of file. So on your screen, see the syntax in example. Int fgetC within parentheses file star stream. So here file star stream is nothing but a file pointer. See the example, printf /n %c comma fgetC in the bracket fptr. So whenever we open a file name, always the first character will be pointed. The first character will be retrieved by fgetC from fptr. If we compare with the previous example, personal.dat, the first character was A from AIMC. So what will happen? fgetC will retrieve what? fgetC will retrieve A. And that letter will substitute to %c here. Usually print on the computer screen because it is printf. So let us go in detail with an example. So here we have example, file star f. Now you may be wondering why f is used this time. Last time we are using fptr, now we have used f. This to show you that always we need not use ptr or always we need not use fptr. We may give any name. That's why we are given here f star f. Okay. So char s of type character. I want to retrieve one character, store to s, and write to some other file. So third line says open the file name personal.dat. R is being given here, R stands for read. Right? And the starting address is assigned to f. So now while s is equal to fgetC of f. So initially f was pointing to A. That A has been retrieved by fgetC, and that letter A is been told to S here. Now this content of S is compared to end of file. Is it not equal to end of file? Yes, of course. S is equal to A and A is not equal to end of file. So the control goes inside the body of the while loop. What is done in the body of the while loop? There is a printf statement. Printf %c comma S. What are the content of S? Content of S was A. So you can see here in the output what is printed? A is printed. Now For a while loop, there is an open brace and there is a closing brace. Open brace refers to beginning of the while loop. Closing brace refers to end of the while loop. So when it reaches the closing brace, the control jumps back to the while statement. As it jumps back to the while statement, what happens is from the file name, the pointer goes to the next address. You can see here, it is pointing to I. This time, F is pointing to I. Now this content of this content of F will be retrieved by F get C and stored to S. Now what is the content of S? Content of S is I. Is S not equal to end of file? Yes, S is not equal to end of file. Comes inside, prints S. What will print? It will print AI. Again goes back. This goes on until whatever I'll get AI. So this way it works. So how does it come out? The last letter will be end of file marker. Yes will contain end of file. Is yes not equal to end of file? No, it is equal to end of file. So what happens is, since it is true, the while loop terminates. As the while loop terminates, the file is closed. This is how the F get C works. Now let us see a program that will demonstrate copying the contents of one file to another. This is important as per the examination point of view. So what does the program say? Void main. So every program has a main function. Okay. There is an opening brace and there is a closing brace here, which indicates the beginning of the main function and end of the main function. Within the body of the main function, what we have is we have file star fp1 comma star fp2. Since star is preceded before the variable name, it is a pointer variable name. So why fp1 is used? fp1 is used to read the contents of a file. Why fp2 is used? fp2 is used to write the contents to a file. That is what fp1 opens one file and fp2 opens one more file. So from fp1 we are trying to copy to fp2. Okay, let us proceed. Char yes. Yes is normal variable name of type character. fp1 is equal to fopen file1.dat comma r. So since R has been given as the right mode, this means that file1.dat is an existing file name. If it is existing, then the initial address of that file name will be stored to fp1. And the contents will be like this. You can see on the screen. This is the content of file 1. This is the content of file 1. Okay. And initially, the double quotes has been underlined. You can see here. That means what? It is the first character pointer is the position point. Up to where? Up to end of file. You can see here. This is the end of file marker. Okay, let's proceed. fp2 is equal to fopen file2.dat comma w. So whenever we use w, a new file will be created. File name is file2. You can see on the right hand side, file2 is blank. Okay, now the looping starts. While s is equal to f get c in the bracket fp1. What is fp1? This fp1 is file 1. File 1, what is starting position? Starting position is double quotes. This double quotes is stored to yes. Okay. So now yes is compared with not end of file. Is yes not equal to end of file? Yes. Yes is equal to double quote and double quote is not equal to end of file. If it is true, it comes inside the body of the while loop. What is going in the body of the while loop? F put C bracket yes comma fp2. That means what? The content of yes is written to the file name that is associated with fp2. What is fp2? fp2 is file 2. Here what happens is the file name, the content of yes is stored and this is the content you can see here. One part is over. Now as this has been done, in fp1 the position moves to the next position address. You can see here You move to the next address. Now it's pointing to C. Goes back to the loop. Again, the content of FP1 is been retrieved, that is C is retrieved, stored to S. Again come back to the end of file. Node is not equal to end of file. Again comes inside, stores to FP2. So you can see here in the file 2, what has been stored? C has been stored. This will go on continuing. Then O, R, O, N, A, W, A, R, so on, up to where? Up to E of distance. And when it reaches this end of file marker, what happens is the loop will terminate and it will be copied in this manner. Hope this program is clear to you. Okay, now this was about character input output operation. Now let us come to numeric input output operation. These are operations which are used to read or write integer values from or to a file. So in place of character, numbers are used. This is the difference. It reads or writes one number at a time to or from a file and moves the file pointer position to the next address or location to read or write the next number. Here also we use two functions. One is putW, one is getW. PutW is to write the number to a file name. GetW is to retrieve the number from a file name. You can see here putW. It is a file handling function in C which is used to write an integer into a file. On a screen, we see the syntax: int putW bracket int number comma file star stream. So two parameters, one is the number, one is the file pointer. See the example. PutW 12 comma FP. So 12 is the number to be written to the file pointer to which the file name is associated. Okay, now see the example. Implementing putW, file star FPTR. File pointer has been created. FPTR is equal to fopen numbers.dat comma W. A new file name is created called numbers.dat and stored in this manner. It's clear now? So next instruction is putW 4 comma FPTR. This means the number 4 is added to the file name numbers.dat, which was associated with FPTR. On the right hand side, you can see that 4 can be seen on the screen. That means 4 is written to numbers.dat. Next, putW 9 comma FPTR. So what happens is, apart from 4, 9 also is added to the file name. So this is a simple program that will add the content to a file. Now, let us try to retrieve those numbers from the file name, and for that we use getW. Used to read the integer from an existing file. What is syntax? GetW file star stream. Only one parameter. So example you can see printf /n %c getW FPTR. So wherever the FPTR is positioning, whichever address or whichever location FPTR is positioning, that location's value will be retrieved by getW, right? And the resultant value will be substituted to %c and be printed. If I see the previous example, that is numbers.dat. So as per this instruction, what will print? It will print 4. See here, it is printed 4. So let us explain in detail. File star f, where f is a file pointer. Int n is a normal variable name. F is equal to fopen numbers.dat comma r. So the file is opened and initially it is positioned to 4. Now here in the while loop, what it does is the content of f, that is 4, will be retrieved by get w and stored to n. Now this content of n is compared to the end of file. Is it equal to end of file? No. Comes to the body of the loop. Prints the value of n. What is the value of n? 4. Goes back to the loop. As it goes back to the loop, the control goes to the next instruction. You can see here 9 is been marked here. That means what? The pointer has moved to 9. So goes back to the loop. Again, the content of f, that is 9, is been retrieved by get w and stored to n. Again, the value of n is compared to the end of file. Since it is not equal to end of file, comes to the body of the loop. Prints n. What is n? 9. So it prints the 49. Again goes back to the loop, but this time it will go to end of file marker. This end of file marker will be stored to n. Is it not equal to end of file? No, it's equal to end of file. Comes out of the loop. Closes the file name. Comes out. So this is the end of our today's session. Thank you.